Well, what we started with is a conceptual plan for downtown that was prepared by Tool Design, and now we're taking it to the next level, and that's where we engage with the three players who are going to come in and start really defining how to take the conceptual plan and turn it into the real vision. And when I say the vision will be doing surveying, doing actual on-the-ground work, so that we can take the vision that we're creating and take it out to bid and figure out what it's going to cost, what can we afford. But what we have right now is just a rough drawing, and we're going to take that to where you have a video, you have beautiful drawings, and you just take the conceptual and you turn it into reality.
Okay, so it's pretty preliminary at this point in time.
It's preliminary at this point in time, and that's why I say we're taking it to the next level. And the best thing about the whole project is it's something that we have in our mind, and we can visualize what's in our mind, the beauty of what it's going to be like when you have two-way driving downtown, where you have a different kind of parking. You have elevated streets where you have different types of drainage. You got the downtown square that has all these different facets and different parts for community. I mean, it's going to be a destination, and we're taking it from the cartoon drawing to reality.
Awesome. Okay, so you talked about this vision. What can you explain to us? What can we expect here in Tyler if it were to continue to move forward where you're looking at right now?
Well, one thing we've done recently, or probably about a year ago, we started doing the red blinking lights downtown instead of having red and green. And what that has created is people, when they get to an intersection, they're saying, go ahead and cross in front of me. People are being kinder, and it's creating a walkability, and it's creating the gentle atmosphere that you want downtown. And you think about people that come downtown as a destination, and they don't want to be afraid to cross Broadway. And right now, people say, I'm taking my life in my hands to cross Broadway. We don't want that. We want it to slow down, slower pace, a kinder pace, a funner pace, a place for people to bring their kids, whether you're going to Andy's or whether you're going to Rick's or any of the Prime 102, any place. But we want to encourage people coming downtown. The vibe has changed downtown, and this is just the next step to take it to the next step.
Awesome. So today there was, you talked about some funding. Tell us a little bit about that.
The funding?
Mm-hmm.
The funding will do the taking it from that cartoon drawing to something specific. And when you go out and you try to get a price to do something, you can't take them a cartoon drawing. You got to take them specifics of, this is what we want, give us a price. And so we'll have a budget, and there's only so much money that we can spend downtown, and we want to live within our budget. And so once we figure out what it's going to cost, we can figure out what will we do in phase one.
Awesome. And we can't look into a glass ball, but if you can kind of give us an estimate or a loose timeline of when we can expect to see changes?
That's a great question. And I'm always the most impatient person on the face of the earth, because I want things to happen yesterday. And it's not going to happen yesterday. So 4 or 5 months down the road, we'll be taking these drawings to see what can we afford. But when will we actually be pushing dirt and making changes? Stay tuned.
And what are your hopes for these changes for the city of Tyler?
A fun place for people to go. People are always saying, what is there to do in Tyler, Texas? And there are things to do in Tyler, Texas, but this is one more thing for people to do in Tyler, Texas. And when you go to the square now on a Friday night or Saturday night, you see people milling around. You see people on the square having their Andy's custard. You see kids. You see families. And you see people that are coming downtown as a destination. And that's what we want it to be, is a place where people come and have fun.
And lastly, you talked about some road changes, maybe parking changes. What are specifics at this point, or at least ideas that you have brewing?
Well, some of the things we're talking about doing is that when you are going north on Broadway and you're at Front Street and there's 5 lanes, as you start getting closer and closer to downtown, you may go from 5 lanes to 4 lanes to 3 lanes. And when you bring the lanes in, that creates that slower atmosphere where people can actually cross Broadway. And people are saying, well, I don't want that kind of change. Well, what you can do is you can turn left on Elm and then you'll be able to turn right on College that's currently one way. So when you take all these one-way streets and you make them two-way streets, it creates all these different avenues for travel and for traffic. And you know, are there going to be roundabouts? We'll see. We'll see what the study and what the engineers come up with.